and he won 2 Super Bowls. But to think because he was coached or he got his tutorial under a guy that he's going to turn out to be like his two predecessors, Skip, that's unrealistic. Haskins, and who knows what he's going to be. I just like the fact that Washington didn't do anything drastic. The guy they wanted, because it started yesterday, Skip, we started hearing, they really like Haskins. They really like Haskins. They're prepared to move up if need be. Well, they didn't have to move. They didn't overreach. He was the second-rated quarterback on just about everybody's draft board. They got him in the middle of the first round, which isn't bad. But when you take a guy that's the 59th rated player, the 3rd or 4th rated quarterback, and you take him with the 6th overall pick, no, Skip. That kid can't wait no 3 years. Aaron Rodgers was the 22nd pick. Aaron Rodgers was playing behind Brett Favre. Brett Favre was still taking the Packers to playoffs.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Eli went to 1 playoff since he won his last Super Bowl. Eli and Brett Favre, stop it.
Stop it. So, to Dwayne Haskins. I do like the new chip on his shoulder. I like that part. He did embellish the fact that he wanted to be, last week, a Redskin for life. They were drafting 15th. I guess he thought they were going to trade up to 2 to get him or something,
you know,
right?
You know, that make you feel good. They traded up to get your boy.
Yeah, okay. But they didn't do that, so he was shamed by the fact he fell all the way to 15. I'm not surprised by that fact, but I'm going to say it again. Dwayne Haskins, to me, was somewhat a product of Urban's offense and strategy and play calling, and the superior protection that he was provided at The Ohio State and that track team of receivers. There was a lot of dinking and dunking and a whole lot of run after catch. He is accurate. He does have a nice motion, but it's a slower motion, and I think it's going to get exposed. And he has very slow feet in the pocket because he didn't need quick feet at The Ohio State.
He's slow, Skip.
Okay? He's just slow. It's Byron Leftwich. I liked Byron Leftwich in college, but he was okay okay and I think this kid will never be much more than okay. So I look at the quarterbacks on that roster right now. Case Keenum has had some pretty good runs in this league. I'm not sure that Dwayne Haskins will ever be as good as Case Keenum has been in production. I know if you put him side by side, we say this guy measures better than Case Keenum, who's like 5'11" or 6 feet. Colt McCoy was a better college quarterback to me than Dwayne Haskins. Colt McCoy has had runs in this league that are pretty good. I'm not sure Dwayne Haskins will ever be better than Colt McCoy. And obviously, Alex Smith suffered a horrendous injury that could be
They had to get a quarterback.
I got that. I got that. And God bless him. I'm knock on wood for him because I'm not writing him off yet, Alex Smith. You know, maybe he could make a miraculous recovery. And if he does, he is a quarterback is way better than Dwayne Haskins will ever be. That's just me.
You know what, Skip? I see what you're doing here. You're trying to knock these guys down. But let me tell you what would happen.
I'm just telling you the truth.
But
I was on record before.
Okay.
I told you, Will Greer, second best quarterback.
How about I take Dwayne Haskins and I take him in 2016 and I drop him into the Dallas Cowboys? Or I take Daniel Jones and I drop him into Dallas. With 3 first-team All-Pro offensive linemen. With Zeke Elliott, the 4th pick in the draft that leads the league in rushing. And I take a Dez Bryant who's on the decline, and I take a Jason Witten, guys that's been to Pro Bowls and been All-Pros. If I drop these guys into that, do you still feel the same way, Skip?
I do not. Both would have failed. They lack football backbone, football character, football toughness. Dak Prescott has that times 10.
He went to the ideal situation.
He is the leader of that football team. He's taken over that locker room. Neither of these kids will take over their locker room.
That's your question. In the history of the game, let's go since the modern era, 1967 moving forward, that's when they played the Super Bowl. Name a quarterback that's inherited a more favorable situation than one Dakota Prescott. Name the quarterback that's inherited a more favorable situation than what he got in 2016.
Okay, but that's not our question right now.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay, I'll just tell you this. He'll be 5 times better in his career than either of these kids will ever dream about being. He's already done it for 3 years. We have seen him play.
So neither one of these guys will make a Pro Bowl.
Again, Dak Prescott, last 3 years, has led the NFL in game-winning drives. Neither is capable of doing that.
Oh, so
it's just extraordinary.
So you don't think either one of these guys could get a game-winning drive?
Not to lead the league? Want to bet on that? Want to bet 100 cases of Diet Mountain Dew that neither of these ever lead the NFL 1 year in game-winning drives? I'll bet it right now.
They might.
Right now for 100 cases.
They might not
100. I'll bet you the $1 billion you owe me. I'll bet it right now. Want to take it?
Hold on. They might not
It's
lead.
extraordinary.
They might
There's
not need to
something
lead.
about intangibles, about playmaking that I didn't see from either of these kids in college.
Okay, how about this?
I did see it from Dakota Prescott because I watched him a lot at Mississippi State. I didn't see this that I've seen in pro football.
You know what? Because he had to go against Alabama.
Well,
but
he did, and you know what? He did not play well that game, but that year he got them all the way to number one in the country.
No
number
game
one.
against Alabama.
And you can look it up. You can check the tape on First Take. I became a huge Mississippi State fan, and I was just beating the drum for them all year long until they went to Tuscaloosa, and that was not a pretty sight, especially the fourth quarter.
And even when Alabama went there, it wasn't a pretty sight.
Overmatched.
Even when they go to Starksville, it didn't matter. Alabama take that shit on the road. So here's the thing.
But I got it. He fell into a great situation because he was a fourth-round draft pick.
Yeah.
Okay?
But let me ask you this. What if they don't put the team in harm's way and they don't need game-winning drives?
Well, I don't know. But there are a lot of times he pulled off one in a close game where both teams had played very well.
I like Dwayne Haskins for the simple fact his offense that he ran at Ohio State, I believe, will be very similar. Get the ball to the receivers quick, put the ball in their hand, let them do the heavy lifting. Daniel Jones, he got his work cut out for him.
Okay. Dwayne Haskins. There were many reports coming out of the Redskins building that the front office and the coaching staff all split on Dwayne Haskins.
Right.
That in the end, remember we had the report yesterday that Dan Snyder, had taken over the draft. He was running the draft. He needed a marquee name to sell to his fandom because the seats are starting to look emptier and emptier, right?
They are.
And this kid went to high school in their
28
jurisdiction.
miles from where they trained.
Right, you got it, in Maryland. And by the way, another little point of order, Dan Snyder's son is now a sophomore football player at that high school. So there's some connection. And the kid has not good personality, good charisma, and I'm sure he won over Dan Snyder.
Yes.
Just the way RG3 won him over, but this kid cannot compare to RG3, who all RG3 did after winning the Heisman Trophy was to be the Offensive Rookie of the Year in the National Football League before he got hurt.
They won a division title.
And they won a division title. That will not happen here. So, I'm not threatened. I feel pretty good about it. In fact, I had a good draft night because I got Amari Cooper, and that's all I need. That was my draft.
Well, your concerns should be to the east.
To the east?
Yes.
Where?
Philly.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. You know what? I've told you from the start. I can't wait to play Philly next year twice. Because we beat them twice last year. We beat your guy twice.
He's going to be healthy.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Well, I don't know about psychologically healthy.
You know what?
Well,
he's strong mentally.
Is he?
Yes.
That's not what those stories said. They said he's not what he appears to be.
Fabricated, fake news.
Oh, fake news, really? Huh. I think
we've removed the shadow that cast large over him, Nick Foles. Now he knows it's my show. I can relax and do what I need to do. Which is beat the Cowboys twice and win the division.
Really?
Yep.
Didn't happen last year.
Skip, the man was hurt
2 years ago.
Yes, it did. You know it was hurt. We won the division.
Huh? No, I mean 3 years. You know, Dak's rookie year, he won the division, and Carson Wentz had a bad year.
So you know what
I don't know.
Skip, you know what y'all do. 14, win the division. 15, missed the playoffs. 16, win the division. 17, missed the playoffs. 18, win the division. 19.
History cannot dictate
it
that.
does.
It does not. There's no such thing. It's just a coincidence.
Anybody that doesn't study history is bound to repeat.
Yeah, coincidences are made to be broken.
No,
be broken
when too many of them happen, they're not a coincidence.
Really? Love my team. Love what happened last night. I'm good.
You're feeling good?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is, I'll give you, now it's just a two-team race, but that's all it is.
One.
Yeah. And once upon a time, the NFC East, man, it was beastly. It was just, you had to fight through.
First of all, Skip, just because you're in a race doesn't mean you have a chance to win it. There's a lot of guys that lined up in the 100 meters in the World Championships and Olympics. And with no chance of beating Usain Bolt.
Really?
Okay, so just because you're in the NFC East is really not a race. We already know how this is going to end. Don't we, Skip?
No, I'm good. got my All-Pro center coming back. I got my Hall of Fame tight end coming back.
Man, you know.
I got Randall Cobb. I got Robert Quinn.
We got D. Jack. We got Malik Jackson. Got the Jackson 2 back.
Good for you.
You guys have switched
you
gears.
got Carson, W-I-N-C-E.
Well, we have more draft talk to get to. Did John Gruden and the Raiders screw up their picks last night?
Uh-oh.
We will discuss all that next. Don't forget, you can check us out every day on the Fox Sports Channel on Sirius XM. We'll be right back.